ESPN College Football is presented by new Raspberry 5-Hour Energy. Available for a limited time. Get yours now. And in part by AT&T. Rethink possible.
The Center for Advanced Molecular Imaging here at Northwestern, including 25 flat screen televisions stacked 5 by 5 on that lobby wall, 3D images that can display everything from an atom to a full animal, as well as all the college football you could ever imagine. We are scoreless. Minnesota and Northwestern both in the Legends division, and both have started out 0-2 in league play. And running up the middle, Trayvon Green with the carry. And for Northwestern, well, they are definitely without Venrick Mark, and all likelihood without Coulter. Who's going to step up, and they've got to protect their quarterback today. Here is Simeon on the rollout, and the pass incomplete, broken up by Demarius Travis. Coming up defensively.
You talked about Coulter and Mark being out of this game. Those are their best 2 home run hitters for this Northwestern offense. Those guys missing, someone has to step up. Greg talked about Simeon. This is his game. Coulter will not be coming in. Simeon doesn't have a chance to come out of the game, stand on the sideline and watch. It's his game. Now, who else in that offense will step up and make big plays?
A bunch 3 receivers to the right on second down, and down goes Simeon. 10 sacks in the last 2 games of Simeon, and 1 here, a loss of 9, and it's the linebacker James Manuel rushing right up the gut.
And I know Coach McCall, the offensive coordinator for Northwestern, has to cringe when he sees this situation happen. That was a problem last week. Gave up too many sacks. Got to give the quarterback time in the pocket to deliver the ball downfield.
Went in untouched after Rashid Hagman put Ian Park on his backside. The screen to Mike Trumpy, and a nice cutback gets out across the 45 to the 49. And a 14-yard pickup, but 4th down with still 5 yards to go.
Neither offense up until now been able to establish themselves in this game. Moved it a little, but then punted the ball. One of these guys are going to have to step up, find a way to run the ball. That's where they're in their comfort zone, is if they can keep it on the ground and move the chains. Neither offense has been able to do that just yet.
And that was the problem for both teams in their last 2 losses. They could not run the football, as the competition has stiffened since they've entered the league, and the return out to the 25-yard line by Engel. Let's check in with Paul Carcaterra.
Beth, watching Minnesota acting head coach Tracy Claeys the first few possessions, he seems really calm with little interaction with players and coaches, dialed into his play calling. He told me before the game the last time he was on the sideline over a decade ago, he would pull players aside and coach them up. Not now. The game's way too fast, he said.
Well, as you mentioned, Paul, he wants to stay away really from the interactions with the players. Very confident and comfortable in the rest of the coaches to cover that. This is a guy who's usually upstairs in his own environment. No elements, no outside distractions, no noise. He can lay everything right out in front of him on a nice table and a comfy seat. David Cobb with the run up the middle. And this is what Jerry Kill has built over the course of his 20 years as a head coach. He has taken a lot of these guys with him from stop to stop, 5 different places, and Claeys has been with him every step of the way, as has Eric Klein.
And if any coaching staff is able to deal with their head coach not being here, it's Minnesota. They've been together so long that they know what the other guy would call.
Leidner will keep. Look at him have to hang on with both hands as Northwestern goes right in there, Joey, with the intent to strip.
And that's the attitude of this defense. They practice this in practice. Rip at the ball, tug at the ball, see if we can get this ball on the ground. That's why they're so good at creating turnovers. As you can see, Proby, the middle linebacker, leads this team in tackles. He's one of their captains, hands on the football, trying to create a turnover.
Proby, one of those guys that has a pick-6 this year, one of 4 for Northwestern. Another 3rd down, this time 6 yards to go. Donnell Kirkwood is the back. He'll get the carry on the draw, and nothing doing. Ran right into Colin Ellis, the junior out of St. Gabriel, Louisiana. Their mission was to stop the run, and so far so good for the Wildcats.
Yeah, just know where to go up front. Defensive line does a really nice job. Linebackers play downhill looking for the run game. They want to try to force Minnesota to throw the football pretty good so far early on.
We've seen a lot of the punters early on here in Evanston. Peter Mortel on for the third time. Tony Jones had a second time. Tony Jones had a couple of yards on that last punt return, and he will not get close to this one. And it bounces inside the 30 for Minnesota. Just over 5 minutes to go in a scoreless first quarter here in Evanston. You're watching ESPN, home of the 100th Rose Bowl game.
Watch college